In Umeze village, the sun is the only thing that keeps it alive. Under the light, the villagers seem lively and happy. The fields are lush, and the people are the loudest in the kingdom, celebrating every breeze and harvest. But at night, the law of the quiet takes hold. No baby is allowed to cry. Nobody is allowed to speak. For in this village, they know that the night has ears, and the only way out is silence. One day, two friends, Ola and Oma, moved into Umeze village. As they walked past the villagers, they all stood behind, looking at the girls. As soon as they settled down, the oldest woman in Umeze, known as Wankego, immediately introduced them to the village rule. Once it is down, you must not speak, no matter whatever you hear. The girls looked at her with confused expression, but Wankego left without further words. Oma quickly brushed it off by reassuring Oma that the old woman was just trying to put fear in them. But Oma asked, "Are you sure we should live here?" Ola smiled and said, "Yes, I love the view here." That night, just as the old woman had warned, as the girls sat down on their mattress, they heard a faint voice, almost sounding like it was speaking inside their hearts. "Help me, please." The girls heard themselves in fear and didn't respond to the voice. Early the next morning, the girls quickly met with the village head and narrated what happened last night. But the man told them, as long as you don't respond to the voice, you are safe. The girls pleaded with the old man to tell them what will happen if they respond. But the old man replied, "I don't know. The rule was made long before I was born, and no one has dared to break it." The girls went home confused and worried. Sitting outside their hut that evening, the girls looked disturbed. Ola said, "If no one has ever break the rule, how then can they find a solution to their problem?" Oma replied, "I honestly do not understand, but I think we should leave this village at once." Ola said, "No, I won't do that. I won't let whatever it is out there to scare me away. Tonight, I will confront it." Oma pleaded further with Ola for them to leave and not to do something stupid. But Ola insisted. And so another night came. At that exact time, the same voice came again. "Help me, please." Ola tried to stand up, but Oma dragged her down. Ola managed to stand and stood close to the door and yelled,
"Go away! Leave us alone!" Mama tried to stop her, but she refused. As soon as Ola spoke, the voice faded away. Everywhere became silent.
The next morning, the girls sat outside their huts, looking stressed and reflecting on what happened last night. But Ola broke the silence. She spoke boastfully. "Why didn't the voice attack me after I responded? This village has been scared for a long time over a mere voice." But Oma remained silent, as she was not sure if Ola did the right thing. The rest of the evening, Oma looked troubled, and she said to Ola, "Please let us sleep somewhere else tonight. What if something bad happens tonight?" Ola proudly said, "You are just worried over nothing. Since last night till now, what has happened?" Oma tried convincing Ola to go with her and to let go of whatever plan she has. But Ola refused. Oma left her to her fate. That evening, Ola stood outside their hut with a boastful posture, like one who is ready for war. But the old woman quickly passed by and reminded her of the rule. "Don't speak." But as the woman left, she rolled her eyes. That night, Ola was ever ready for the voice to call out, but things were different. The voice did call out, but with a familiar tone. Ola paused, and the voice called again. Ola, open the door. It is I, Oma. Ola leaned forward, placing her ears to the door to hear the voice clearer. And the voice called out again. And Ola replied, "Is that really you, Oma?" The voice replied, "Yes. Please open up. It is cold outside." Ola thought for a while and said, "You should have waited till morning. Why come back this late?" The voice replied, "I couldn't let you face it alone. Now open the door." Ola was convinced that it was Oma. Ola reached for the door. As soon as Ola unbolted the door, the shadow that has called out with Oma's voice forced the door open and grabbed Ola. Ola tried to free herself, but her strength was of no match to the shadow. The shadow dragged her into the darkness and vanished with her. Next morning, Oma returned home, but met the door open and empty. The old woman stepped forward as the villagers gathered and told Oma. She spoke and paid the price. There is consequences for every action we take and for every decision we make. Only if she had listened. Oma fell to the ground and wept for her friend. But the deed has been done, and Ola is gone forever.